Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel, The Diligent Doc. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 habits that I actually quit. I talk a lot about habits that I have formed in the last decade or so of my life, but today's video is going to be focused on habits that I actually stopped doing. Without further ado, let's get started. So the first habit I quit is drinking alcohol too much. As I mentioned before, back in residency, that was one of the ways that we kind of commiserated and had fun and got together, but I have learned that it really doesn't make me feel very good, and it's really not healthy for you. There have been a lot of studies on how alcohol, even just one drink, impacts your brain function. Now, I'm not to say that I have completely eliminated it from my life. For example, I went out to dinner last night and I had 2 cocktails, but that is quite rare for me. I typically don't have an alcoholic beverage unless I'm going out to dinner or if it's a special occasion. I would say within a month I probably have 0 to 2 to 4 drinks at most in an entire month. It's not something that I feel like I need, and I don't ever want to feel like I need it. One major reason for why I don't really drink much alcohol is because I have seen the detrimental effects it has had on many of my patients who could not escape the effects of alcohol, and actually that turned into alcoholism. It's a very terrible disease, and it destroys people and their relationships and their families, and it's just not something that I want to portray as just something that's fun and without risk. I especially do not like the whole mommy wine culture that we have in our society today, where women are told that it's okay to cope with their stresses of being a mom by drinking alcohol. I just don't think that that's the right message that we're sending to moms or to young women or to our children, that because we've had a stressful day, we need to unwind with a glass of wine or a beer. I think once in a while it's definitely okay, but certainly not every day to have a glass of wine or a drink. It's just not healthy for us, and it's not going to make you be a better person or make you thrive in your daily life. Not to mention, alcohol does impact your sleep quality. It adds to, if you're trying to maintain a healthy weight and healthy lifestyle, it adds to the calories you're consuming, which are not beneficial in any way. I mean, if you're going to consume some calories, make sure it's going to be worthwhile. So that's one thing that I have really cut out from my life, and I'm happy to say it never became a bad habit, but it's just something that I try to not do on a regular basis anymore. The second habit that I have cut out is obsessing over calorie count. In my last video, I did talk about when I was a resident and I was trying hard to lose some extra weight that I had put on, which came on because of bad habits themselves. The only way that I knew how to do that at that time was to track calories, and I had no idea of the concept of the quality of the food that you're eating. I found that it was just getting to be too obsessive. It wasn't making me feel good to look at every single thing that I was eating and how many calories it was and whether it was within a certain range or not. It really didn't help me at all. That's something that I quit doing. Now I eat to fuel my body. I eat nourishing foods. I enjoy certain treats when I want to enjoy them without feeling guilty about it, and calories are not something that I worry about. If you're kind of stuck in a cycle of looking at how many calories are in everything you're eating, or obsessing about it, or feeling guilty about it, my advice is just eat nutritious food. You know, eat things that are a wide variety of colors, and eat a lot of different types of food in your diet every single day that's nourishing, and try to stick to things that are not in boxes or bags or packaged or processed. Not to say you can never have those things, but if the majority of what you eat, like 80 to 90%, is made of ingredients that are simple and nourishing, you're going to be just fine. That is one habit that I'm glad I've kicked, is focusing so much on calories and how much I'm consuming in comparison to the quality of what I'm consuming. The third habit that I have quit is staying up late every night or most nights. So this is something that I used to do after residency. When I started my first job, I would often stay up late and watch TV, and then I would be exhausted the next day because I had to get up early for work. After doing that for a long time, I began to realize that that was just affecting my body very poorly, especially after having children who all wake up very early. Staying up late to then wake up early was just making me super irritable. So I quit staying up late. I really enjoy going to bed early nowadays because I feel like I've accomplished a lot in the day, and it's time to unwind and get some rest. As much as our society likes to focus on hustling every day, they don't focus enough on adequate sleep and adequate rest. You know, sleep is very restorative. It's necessary so that our cells and our mind can take a break and process everything that has gone on. I have learned to really appreciate getting enough sleep, so for this reason and I have quit going to bed so late. The fourth thing that I have quit, and of course not 100% because of course we're all human, is procrastinating. There are tons of things that we just don't like to do in our day and we put them off because it doesn't feel good. Do I want to fold the laundry? No. Do I want to clean up my kids' rooms? No. I find that especially on weekends when I have more free time in the day, if I get those things done, bam, early in the morning, I get them out of the way. It's kind of like that saying where you try to do what's ugly early, right? So if it's something that you're dreading, put that as number one on your to-do list and get it out of the way. Like for today is Sunday, and I got up in the morning, I folded all the laundry, put it away, and helped my kids tidy up their rooms. That's done for the day, and I have the whole rest of the day to kind of relax and do what I want to do, and do things like record this video. So procrastination, as everybody knows, is not helpful, but how do you get around that? It's just to make a list of what you have to accomplish, maybe make a score of how unhappy or how little you want to do that task, and then do that one first. Get it out of the way. The fifth habit that I have quit doing is shopping mindlessly. Of course, when you're younger, and especially for girls, I think that we like to go out shopping. We like buying new outfits and accessories and just kind of spending frivolously without really thinking about what we have or what we want or what we truly need. I was one who often bought things like necklaces and earrings, and they sat in a drawer somewhere, and I rarely really wore them. I tended to wear the same earrings every single day, and then I would change them out once in a while. I wasn't the person who would change my earrings every single day to go with my outfit or put on a necklace every single day. I'm pretty muted when it comes to jewelry, and it took me a while to figure that out, and then I thought, well, why am I buying all this, if I'm not even using it? The same goes for clothing. As I've talked about before, I learned about the Marie Kondo method. That really helped me taper down what I was purchasing and what I was keeping in my closet, because the less you own, the less organizing you have to do. The less you own, the more you think about what actually makes you feel good when you wear it. This is one thing that really helped me to pause and think about what I'm buying before I buy it. Even on my phone, I don't even have the Amazon app there. If I need to really purchase something and I can't get it, then I will go onto the Amazon website and purchase it there. So I really try to limit what I'm spending my money on and how often I'm buying things. The sixth habit that I quit doing is not creating appropriate boundaries. Boundary making is something that is very complicated. There's a lot of nuance to it, and it's not something I can give a lot of advice on because my situation is different from your situation, but learning when relationships are not serving you or not a two-way street, especially if they're toxic, to set clear and obvious boundaries of what you will and will not accept has been crucial to maintaining a level of sanity in my life that is quite busy, just like yours is. If you're wondering about, okay, well, where do I even start with creating boundaries? I think there are a ton of resources online that have helped me, as well as books that have helped me. So I'm happy to share those in the show notes below. The seventh and final thing that I have quit doing, which might surprise you, is saying yes to most things. I have become very aware of not only how I spend money, but how I spend time. Time is precious. We only have a limited amount of time in any given day and within our lifetimes. You never know what tomorrow will bring. So if there's something that I don't have to do or that I don't want to do, I'm typically going to say no to it. One wonderful phrase that I've heard recently was from Greg McKeown, who wrote Essentialism. And that phrase is, if it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. So that's really useful for me when I think about how I want to spend my time or what I commit to doing. For instance, one thing that I really don't do is attend every single birthday party that my kids get invited to. I'm going to attend birthday parties of people we are already friends with or that we're close to because those people and relationships are important to us. But I'm not going to spend my very valuable free time on the weekend trucking around to different parties and doing different things if I don't really have to. The same goes for commitments both within and outside of work. So even in my job, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to be doing, what my essential requirements are. But I have, at this point in my life, decided that I'm not going to try to go above and beyond and do everything or join every committee or be super involved unless I'm asked to do something, because I have a lot of other commitments. There's only so much time to do them all. I have a lot of other commitments with my children. 2 of them are going to be starting school this week. So I just simply do not have the bandwidth at this moment in my life to add on more responsibilities at work or outside of work. That may change down the road and I'm open to that, but right now, the season of life that I'm in, I'm very picky about what I say yes to. I hope that all of these were beneficial for you to hear. And if there are some things that you have quit doing that have improved your life, I would love to hear about those too. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.